And now, 92.1 WVTK presents Addison and Essex County, Your Voice, with KG.
And good afternoon with Ken Gilbert. Good afternoon, Maria Farnsworth from the Middlebury Volunteer Ambulance Association. And Maria is an EMT. How you doing, Maria?
Good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. A beautiful day out there, by the way.
It's a very nice day.
Nice and hot out there. Well, might get some rain. We might not. Today we're going to be talking about bike helmets, which is a very important issue because I see more and more bikes on the road. Every day I go on the street, I see more bikes. And from things happening to me in my past, it's important to have a helmet. And I want to ask you, Maria, number one, are bike helmets a state law or optional?
Unfortunately, I didn't find any state laws in the state of Vermont for bike helmets for adults or children.
All right, because I mentioned to you off the air that the last I knew, there wasn't really anything that stated exactly what a helmet had to consist of. But we know there's good helmets and there's bad helmets too. Now, if you're riding a bike and you have a fall or an accident, what are the chances of damage with and without a helmet?
For me, this is a no-brainer being a mom and a grandmom. Any hit to one's head can cause serious injury. Each year in the U.S., about 500,000 kids are seriously injured in bike-related accidents. Okay,
and I remember buying somebody giving me a helmet once for a gift, and I tried it on. It was a little bit loose, and I said, "Man, it'll work." And I ended up getting one that actually did fit a while later. But when sizing a helmet, Maria, what should we use for a guideline?
Well, it's important to make sure the helmet is snug-fitting and that the straps are snug. We use the two-finger method when we fit children. After the straps are fastened, place 2 fingers underneath the chin and the clasp. Should not have any more slack than that. And we normally make a V with our fingers over the ears to make sure that the straps are fitting on either side of the ears and not over the top. During most accidents, the kids are normally thrown over the handlebars and the injuries occur to the front of the skull, which is the most vulnerable part of the brain.
Huh? No kidding. Huh.
Kids typically shouldn't wear hats, toques. Little girls shouldn't have ponytails or pigtails. The helmet should rest 2 fingers above the eyebrows. Kids tend to push them back on their head to make it look a little more cooler when they're riding. Mm-hmm. Parents should think about making sure the helmets are well ventilated and that they're bright or fluorescent in colors. And the kids should wear something reflective on their clothing. Their pant legs shouldn't be flared or loose. Those can get caught in the chains. Mm-hmm. And they should never ride barefoot. Cleats, shoes with heels, flip-flops, those can also create quite a few problems when kids are riding. A lot of times we see children riding to school with backpacks. The straps should be tied up so that they're not dangling to avoid getting caught. And also the backpack should be as light as possible so that the gravity doesn't take control. In
other words, they're not going to lean over to the left and fall over. Maria, are there any advantages, if any? Let's say I go out and I buy a $50 helmet versus one that costs me like $15.
There really is no advantage to pay top dollar for a helmet. Parents should make sure that the helmet is properly fit for their child. They should also make sure the helmet has a CPSC sticker indicating that it meets the standards set by the Consumer Product Safety Commission.
Okay, that's one plus right there. Look for that. Do helmets have an expiration date, or can they be used from, like somebody giving it to their sister or a hand-me-down if it's never been in an accident?
It's recommended that any helmet manufactured before 1999 be replaced. If a child hits any surface hard while wearing a helmet, definitely replace it. Helmets lose their capacity to absorb shock after serious hits.
Okay. And I was talking to Maria before we got on the air, and I mentioned even you hit a little bit of sand, and if you don't have a helmet on, I was doing 5 miles an hour, and my back tire, I hit some sand, and the back just went whoosh, slid right out, and bang, down I went. And good thing I had a helmet on because otherwise I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. And the helmets are a lifesaver. They're like car seats in most cases. And is there any website, Maria Farnsworth, that folks can check out for more information?
They can go to safekids.org. We also have a great group called Safe Kids of Addison County for parents that have any needs for helmets or need any other information.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Maria Farnsworth. She's an EMT with the Middlebury Volunteer Ambulance Association. Thank you for stopping on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Alrighty, if you would like to be a guest on the show, I'll showcase the local nonprofit arts and entertainment culture, upcoming community events, charity events, civic groups and organizations, like the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and much more. Simply visit 921wvtk.com for more information. The keyword is voice. Coming up, your Fox 44 ABC 22 forecast and more music.
Addison and Essex County, Your Voice, with KG is produced for WVTK by Ken Gilbert and serves as a connection to your hometown. If you're a local nonprofit organization, civic group, school, or are involved in the local vibrant arts and entertainment scene and want to spread the word about your organization or special event, then visit 921wvtk.com. Keyword Voice.